Have you heard of Porch Pirates? You know, over the weekend, I just watched all three Clerks movies back to back to back. I know Kevin Smith is a douchebag, but when I hear Porch Pirates, I always think of that scene in Clerks 2 where one of the characters doesn't know what Porch, a different Porch reference is about, and he says he's going to take it back. This is funny. But anyway, Porch Pirates are now stealing Apple Watches less than 10 seconds after FedEx drivers drop them off. Now, my guess is, I don't even understand, like, you come on my porch and steal my package, I'm letting my German Shepherd out. And you'll be lucky if it's just one. You know? I if it was just one, I could deploy up to 3 German Shepherd, should I need to. Now, this one via Outkick says, I'm a big innocent till proven guilty TM guy. This porch pirate out of Columbus, Ohio is 99.5% guilty of the Apple Watch heist. Kyle Dorsch was home Monday just waiting for his FedEx driver to drop off an Apple Watch when this scumbag porch pirate showed up and stole the watch less than 10 seconds after it was dropped off. I saw the guy running off. I'm still trying to process what happened. He told WSYX in Columbus, Dorsch had ordered the watch from AT&T. Now, if we look at the footage, is anybody surprised that this is happening? Like, this is, first of all, I don't know if a lot of you knew this, but a lot of times, these people who are stealing packages from porches have people inside, and they know what's in the box. They know it says AT&T on it. They know what boxes that Apple Watches look like. A lot of times, these people are working together. But let's break down the video here. Graphic content. Wait a minute. Just stealing? Let's see. Here comes the FedEx. By the way, this appears to be a very nice neighborhood. I wonder if it's a neighborhood that willingly took in a bunch of new visitors lately. Obviously, I can't know that for sure, but this looks like a really nice little neighborhood. You got kids drawing with chalk on the porch. You can hear he's got his music cranking. Throws a package down. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh.
This guy's like, what just happened?
He just took the package. I sat down and I thought I heard a movement and
he just steals it. Now let's get a look at this individual who appears to be a cracker wearing a minor face covering and a jacket to cover what their face looks like. I suppose you could argue that perhaps they are Latino, but this appears to be a full-grown adult white male. Steals the box immediately. Now, the driver seems like actually in shock. The driver seems in shock. Now, this guy knew enough to cover his face. So he knew he had a doorbell camera. Now, I'm guessing that you could still positively identify this individual. I'm guessing that in my experience in covering these porch pirates, they work together in large groups, and sometimes they'll just follow the trucks around. But my guess is, here's what I predict. This individual probably had the tracking of the AT&T watch. Probably had the tracking and was tracking the package and knew exactly when it got there. Also could have been a cash mule for Indian scammers. The box itself may not have been an AT&T maybe the box was, that's a good point. It could have been, a lot of times these Indian scam call centers will get people to buy gift cards and this, that, and the other thing. And so when people are getting scammed, they shift the, they send the device or gift cards to somebody, and then they track it and they grab the package. They'll send it to like Airbnbs and stuff like that. Call center with credit card access. It could be a lot of things, but this seems well organized, and I think in an extremely nice neighborhood. And my guess is they knew that it was an Apple Watch. You know what's stupid, though? I'm pretty sure you can't resell that because the Apple Watch serial number has been tied to somebody. So all you can do is resell it, and then by the time they know, whoever buys it, when they go to activate it, it's not going to work. I don't know for sure that's how this works, but I'm pretty sure that you can't resell something like that. Now, if it hasn't been activated, maybe you could. My guess is that this was well organized. My guess. And I would suspect that this person had access to his credit card and was tracking the package and knew exactly when it was getting dropped off. That they were sitting there waiting in a car. That's my guess. I could be wrong on that. But this is wild. The lesson here, according to experts, is that you typically deploy the tracking software to find out where the scumbags run off with your property. In March, a college student flying Spirit had her suitcase containing her Apple Watch and a bunch of other electronics. Allegedly, the court can handle this one. Stolen by a baggage handler at Fort Lauderdale. The woman who claims Spirit forced her to check her bag. She says when she got home, she started investigating a ping being sent by her Apple Watch. It was showing at an address in Fort Lauderdale. She went to the house to find her stuff. The place was littered with suitcases. The cops got involved. After a bunch of craziness, the watch was located in the house. Shouldn't have to do this. Shouldn't have to do this. The fact of the matter is, and by the way, porch pirates are obviously way more common in the suburbs. But the people that are stealing the packages don't live there, if you get what I'm saying. They drive out, they drive around in the suburbs, and they just sit and they steal packages all day. I have never had this happen to me, but maybe that's because my house is covered in cameras. Maybe that's because if you get within 100 yards of my house, German Shepherds start barking at you. But it's so sad that as a society, we've gotten to the point now where it's like, we just know. We just know the cops aren't going to do anything. We know that the person's going to get away with it. They're going to sell it 1 hour later, and there will be no justice. The company that sold the watch, AT&T, will use the insurance claim it as theft, and they'll just pass the cost back on to us. That's how this works. Right? So pardon me if I think that cops should be investigating this. By the way, this is no petty theft. An Apple Watch is like $1,000. It's a felony. You know what I mean? This is a felony. That's the wild part about this. And the cops don't care. People stealing luggage, people breaking into cars. Nobody cares because we don't have any pride in our society anymore. We have no pride at all in a damn thing we do. Because screw it, right? My insurance company, all my credit. Like, I look how I am. I lose my credit card 3 times a year and I don't even care. Because I know I won't be responsible for any charges. So I just cancel it and move on with my life. People get their packages stolen. They don't care. Because they just get a new one sent. FedEx says it was lost. FedEx files for insurance. FedEx gets an insurance settlement. AT&T gets an insurance settlement. And then the rest of us suckers have to pay more for the next item. Because people act like they don't build shrink in. Like they act like these businesses don't build shrink into their price, but they do. They do. We pay for this. The cost gets passed back on to the customers, and we pay for it, and the criminal gets away with it, and everybody, the only people that lose are the idiots that keep paying for this stuff. It's like you have these scenarios where, You know, remember like this summer, everybody just running in and out to these of these LuLaRoe or whatever these stores are, stealing a bunch of stuff. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Who could possibly foresee why these people keep stealing? You know? Who could possibly foresee why all these people keep stealing? Somebody, some idiot, some idiot's going to walk out that door. There's going to be a porch pirate stealing their package, and they're going to defend their property, and they're going to go to jail. That's what's going to happen. Some normal Joe is going to be walking out, and some piece of shit is going to be stealing his product and his property. He's gonna put a piece of lead in him and go to jail over this, and then he'll be the bad guy. You know, that's what they'll say. Oh, it was just property. It was just property. It's so annoying. Cops don't care. They don't enforce anything. They're too busy doing, you know, whatever other DEI training they got to do to go track it down. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Just go back like, I don't know, 30 years. Do you think cops 30 years ago wouldn't give a shit? You report a theft of $1,000 item that they wouldn't care about that? I'm pretty sure that you would have, like, they would be launching a full-scale investigation. You know, you put like a bear, some dude's going to put a bear trap on his patio, and some porch pirate is going to step in it, blow his leg off, you know, have his foot removed from his leg, and he's going to go to jail. I had somebody trespassing on my property earlier this year. I thought they just went in. I think I know who it is now, by the way. So, but Apple Watch is only $300 to $400. Still, you know, that's still a lot of money. $300 is a lot of money. So I had somebody going on my property. I thought to retrieve a deer because it was bow hunting season, but I could very clearly see that someone had driven up my private road and turned left and went into my woods. I've never gone that way. It's very easy to tell. It was not an ATV. It was wider. So it was definitely a UTV. And they had been going in there multiple times. So I moved, I put some trail cameras up, this, that, and the other thing, stole my trail camera. So then I'm like, okay, well, why don't I just put a thin line of barbed wire across the path? Things will sort themselves out. Can't do that. Can't do that. Because then they'll say, oh, well, you knew they were coming in there, so you set a trap. So that's what, like, I talked to a friend of mine who's a cop. He's like, you can't do that, you idiot. I mean, I was only kind of saying it, like, in jest. And he's like, you can't do that. You can't set a trap for somebody, even if they're trespassing on your property. I'm like, what? This guy's trespassing on my property, poaching deer, and if I put a string of barbed wire across where I know he's going, I'll go to jail.